Most people think Malaga is just a beach stop, but that's the biggest mistake you can make here. Malaga in 2025 isn't the same city as it was a few years ago, and that's exactly why we're here. Well, that, and it's actually the first time my girlfriend and I had ever come to Malaga together. I wanted to share this place with her because it's a special place in my heart, given my history with the city. She also had absolutely no idea where we were going, as this was a surprise birthday gift. So why is Malaga close to me? Well, I lived here for 6 months and I absolutely adored it. However, it was just off the back of a time when none of us could leave our homes. We started our journey at Malaga Airport, where we took a bus straight into the center, getting off at my favorite park. But we will not be seeing that until much later on our adventure here in Malaga. Whilst we are on the topic, there are multiple ways to get from the airport in Malaga to the city. Firstly, you can take the Renfe train, which runs from Malaga Airport to either Malaga Centro Alameda or Malaga Maria Zambrano. The journey only takes around 11 to 13 minutes and costs just a couple of euros, making it quick and very affordable. And you can also take the airport express bus, which will bring you into the city, usually stopping at Maria Zambrano station once again. And that will take around 25 to 30 minutes. And once again, only for a few euros. Finally, and on the slightly pricier side, you can always take a taxi. The ride usually takes between 15 and 20 minutes and costs around 20 euros to 25 euros. Many tourists prefer the taxi for convenience, but when you consider the cost compared to the distance and how quick the train is, public transport often makes far more sense. In the end though, it really comes down to what works best for you. It just so happened that when we arrived in the city of Malaga, it was around lunchtime. And there's really no better place to have lunch than El Pimpi, right in the city center in one of the most beautiful parts of town. Now here's an important heads up. If you don't like seafood, Malaga can be a bit of a challenge. You can get by, but this is definitely a city for those who love seafood. Malagueños are famous for their variety of seafood dishes, so if you're a fan, you're in for a treat. One of the most iconic local bites is boquerones, deep fried anchovies usually drizzled with lemon. Honestly, if I had to describe the taste, I'd say they're a bit like fish fingers. Now I know that makes it sound overly basic, but trust me, they are absolutely delicious. The best part? You can eat them whole, bones and all, because the bones are so small that you barely notice them. You can actually find them in the whole of Spain, but this is where they are from, and so you will find no better than here in Malaga. Whilst you're eating at El Pimpi, take a moment to walk around the interior. Even if you're sitting outside, use the excuse you need to pop to the toilet. Inside, the walls are covered in colourful tiles and framed photos, wooden beams stretch across the ceiling, and barrels line the walls, giving the place a warm, historic charm. Every corner tells a story of Malaga's culture, from the vintage posters to the soft glow of traditional lamps. It's the kind of place where even a quick walk to the loo feels like a mini adventure. Malaga is a city with a history as colourful as its streets. Founded by the Phoenicians over 2,800 years ago, it's one of the oldest cities in Europe. And over the centuries, it's been shaped by Romans, Moors, and Christians alike. You can still see the layers of this history in the city's architecture, from the ancient Roman theatre at the foot of the Alcazaba fortress to the stunning cathedral that dominates the skyline. It's a place where every corner has a story, and wandering the streets feels like stepping back in time, but with tapas, sunshine, and a very modern twist. And with that comes a very mild climate, a lot of green spaces, and a really good vibe you can't really put your finger on. No, seriously, I still to this day have no idea where the good vibes come from, but when I'm in Malaga, I just feel good. Same feeling I get for Valencia, to be honest with you. This is the Plaza de la Constitución in Malaga, and it's been a public space since the 15th century. It was originally known as the Four Streets Square, or Plaza de las Cuatro Calles, and has served as Malaga's city city hall since 1869, sitting right at the heart of the historic quarter. Today, it's also where you'll find all the main shops in Malaga, which is exactly why we're here, on the hunt for sun cream. Okay guys, so the first thing we're trying to do is buy sun cream because I stupidly put a big bottle of sun cream in my bag, so I've had that taken off me on the flight over here. But that's absolutely fine, so we're going to go buy some cream and then we're going to go to the flat that we're going to be staying in. As you can see, it's currently lunchtime and everyone is out eating, well, apart from at this restaurant that's completely empty, and this one. We have had a lovely meal already. We are in the square, which is called Plaza de la Constitución. It's a beautiful square here, right in the center. But we just saw this little walkthrough, which we're gonna head through now. But yeah, very beautiful. And here are all like the main shops here. So if you're here and you want to check out some of the shops, you can do that up that way. You guys have seen already the park that we have in Valencia. This is the equivalent they have in Malaga. It's such a shame because it's such a beautiful space. It would be far more beautiful if they created some sort of space for football pitches and trees and all sorts, but no. It's kind of just barren. Unlike Valencia, which transformed the Turia riverbed into a park after the devastating floods in 1957, Malaga's Guadalmedina River has remained largely a dry flood channel. The city has recently launched the Plan Guadalmedina to create a green pedestrian corridor with connecting plaza bridges. Progress is slower due to concerns about flooding and the need to balance urban development and environmental safety. But as we'll find out later, they don't really need this project, as they have an equivalent elsewhere. Keep watching to find out where and why. We popped into the Airbnb to drop off our bags. This next bit of trivia completely surprised me because I only found out about it when I started doing research for this video. But have you ever noticed that the cathedral isn't completely uniform? Well, there is actually a reason why. Malaga Cathedral, known as La Manquita or the One-Armed Lady, has a southern tower that was never completed due to financial constraints. Construction began in 1528, but over the centuries, funds were repeatedly redirected to other projects, including wars and city needs. By the 18th century, the decision was made to halt work on the South Tower, leaving the cathedral with its distinctive one-armed appearance, which has since become an iconic feature rather than a flaw. The cathedral combines Renaissance and Baroque styles in a striking way. Construction spanned over 150 years, leaving a mix of artistic influences. That is all we have time for this week's video. Keep an eye out for next week where we will be concluding our journey here in Malaga. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. There is so much more to see. If you liked this video, check out this one here. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.